Welcome to this lecture, creating Numpy array. There are multiple ways to create a Numpy array. Let's walk over them. np.range of 2, 12. This statement create a Numpy array from numbers 2 to 11. Please note that 12 is not included in the array because indexing starts from 0. To see the output, run the cell. This is our array which starts from 2 and end at 11. Next cell, np.range 2 np.range of 2, 12, 2. It's mean array starts from 2 and up to 12 and incremented by 2. This statement create a Numpy array from numbers 2 to 12 with the interval of 2. To see the output, run the cell. This is our array. 2 interval of 2 4, incremented by 2 6, incremented by 2 8, and incremented by 2 10. Next cell, np.0 of 3, 2. This statement create a Numpy array with dimension 3 cross 2 and fill with all zeros. It's mean all entries of array are 0. This is our array. You can clearly see that all entries are 0 and its dimension 3 by 2. np.ones function and pass 3, 2. 3, 2 is the dimension of array. This statement create a Numpy array with dimension 3 cross 2 and fill with all ones. To see the output, run the cell. This is our matrix whose dimension is 3 cross 2 and all entries are 1. np.I function, np.I of 3. It creates an identity matrix of 3 cross 3. What is identity matrix? Identity matrix is the matrix whose diagonal elements are 1 and other elements are 0. To see the output, run the cell. You can clearly see that all diagonal elements are 1 and other elements are 0. np.full of 3, 3, 2. It creates a matrix with dimension 3 cross 3 and fill with 2. It's mean all entries of this matrix will be 2. To see the output, run the cell. You can clearly see that the dimension of this matrix is 3 cross 3 and all entries or elements of this matrix are 2. Next cell, np.full 3, 3, 2.2 d type. D type means data type and data type of int. It also creates a matrix with dimension 3 cross 3 and fill with 2 because d type int means whole numbers, so it truncates fractional parts. It means point after fractional point the digit is truncated. See the result. This is our matrix whose entries are 2, not 2.2, because we have defined the data type of the entries int. np.dig of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dig mean diagonal. It creates a diagonal matrix. The diagonal matrix is one which has 1, 0 diagonal, which has non-zero diagonal elements, but other elements are 0. To see the output, run the cell. You can clearly see that all diagonal elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and other elements are 0. We create an array of the following elements 1, 2, 3 and then call a function tile, np.tile v, 3, 1. It's mean stack 3 copies of v on top of each other. To see the result, run the cell. You can clearly see these elements, three same rows are top of one another. np.random creates number between 0 and 1. np is our Numpy package and random is class and random. This is a function which will create a number between 0 and 1. See the output, run the cell. This is a number which is between 0 and 1. Again Try again. This is another random number which is between 0 and 1. So let's say I want a random value between 2 and 50. First creates a number between 0 and 1 and multiply it by 50, then add to 2. See these statements. This section create a number between 0 and 1 and then multiplied by 50 and then added by 2. To see the result, this is a number which is between 2 and 50. Run again. This is a number which is between 2 and 50. np.random of inside square brackets 3, 3. It create a matrix of order 3 cross 3 and fill with the numbers between 0 and 1. Run the cell. This is a matrix whose elements are whose dimension is 3 cross 3 and the elements between 0 and 1. 100 values between 1 and 50 using line space function. The numbers 1 and 50 will also be included. A is equal to np dot call line space function. 1 is the starting point, 50 is the ending point, and 100 is the number of points which will create this function line space. See the contents of array A. These are 100 points which are all between 1 and 50. Now we will check memory used by each array element in bytes. A.item size. Item size is attribute which check the occupied memory of each element, which is 8. Its mean every element of array A occupied by 8 bytes of memory. Create an array of elements from 1 to 23. np.range 24. This is an array which start from 0 at end at 23. Next cell. np.range of 18. It means it will create an array of 18 elements. Now these array we will reshape 2 by 3 and 3. It creates two matrices of dimension 3 cross 3. 2 is the number of matrices and 3, 3 is the dimension of these matrices. Run the cell. This is our first matrix whose dimension is 3 cross 3, and this is the second matrix whose dimension is 3 cross 3. Dimension means number of rows and number of columns of a matrix. Minus 1 will automatically adjust dimensions. np.range of 18 dot reshape 2 means 2 matrices, 3 means dimension 3 cross 3, and minus 1. It also creates 2 matrices of dimension 3 cross 3. Run the cell. This is our first matrix and this is our second matrix. Both matrices have dimensions 3 cross 3. It means both matrices have 3 rows and 3 columns. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.